Happy New Year, everyone! Happy New Year's. It is the 1st of January of 2025. Happy New Year, everyone. We are officially 1/4 into the century. Isn't that crazy how fast time flies? So I'll explain why I'm hunting this in just a second. But first, before we do, I want to show you guys all the shiny Pokemon I've gotten the past few days. If you take a look right here, yep, these are all the shinies I've gotten in Pokemon Go the past few days. As you can see, quite a lot of shiny costume Pokemon. What's interesting is, for years, I have wanted the shiny Hoot with the top hat on. I've tried getting it every year on New Year's when it spawns, because it only spawns on New Year's. And I was never successful. And then this year, past couple days, I just got 3. Got 4 shiny ribbon Jigglypuffs. Can you believe it's already been over a year since I got one of these playing Tears of the Kingdom? And then, 2 Party Hat Wurmples. Obviously got the Slowpoke and Mankey before the event started. And actually, wait, before I say that, let me point out also that the most recent Jigglypuffs were actually my first and second shinies of the year. My very first shiny of the year is the Jigglypuff. And then the second shiny of the year is the second Jigglypuff. And then the third shiny of the year was the Hoot. That's not all, though. The final shiny I got of 2024 was Fracture. I got 2, because I wanted to evolve one, which I'm going to do right now. Beautiful. And these were some of the Rayquazas, the extra Rayquazas I was able to get from the event. Got this one on a Level Ball, Moon Ball, Beast Ball, and then just passing through I got a random shiny Citato from one of the outbreaks. And don't worry about these, these are what I'm using to breed. Alright, so let me explain why I'm hunting this right now. So I'm throwing this hunt in because I'm predicting we are going to see a Mega Galarian Slowbro. Ever since they introduced the concept of regional variants, I have wanted to see a regional variant Mega Pokemon. And, every regional variant they've introduced since Sun and Moon, they've tiptoed around giving us Pokemon that could Mega Evolve, except for one. Out of all regional Pokemon, only one whose original form can Mega Evolve. That being Slowbro. So I am predicting, nay, I am really hoping to see a Mega Galarian Slowbro. So that's why I'm hunting for one. They've been careful not to give us any regional Pokemon whose original form could Mega Evolve. You know, ever since they introduced the concept, they have, you know, specifically gone around it. And also, who can forget the fact that the generation that they introduced Mega Evolutions, being Gen 6, they immediately got rid of it in Gen 7, which is also when they introduced regional variants to us. So that's why I'm hunting this now. And if I'm wrong, well, too bad. So I decided not to get an outbreak for this because I don't want this to be like 10 minutes. So we're just gonna do good old-fashioned. Oh crap! There are Grimers here. We're just gonna do good old-fashioned Sparkle Power 3, right? Yeah, Sparkle Power 3 Poison. We could phase here. We can get a Tentacool, Tentacruel. We can get a Grimer. But obviously, what I want is Slowpoke. Which, fun fact, Slowpoke is, or rather specifically Galarian Slowpoke, is one of the only 2 Shundos I have in Pokemon Go. Second only to my Shundo Solrock. Which is actually why it inspired me in this game to get this. Where is it? I know I'm wasting sandwich time. Where is it? Here it is. A shiny Galarian Slowpoke, nicknamed Solrock, because Solrock's not in this game. Alright, let the hunt begin. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Am I just going to go back and forth, or am I going to picnic reset? So, while we chill and hunt for a Slowpoke, instead of talking about shows today, instead, I want to talk about New Year's. Because New Year's was last night. Today is January 1st. I want to talk about how my New Year's went. It wasn't great. It was nothing special, honestly. However, for the first time in several years, and I mean several years, I don't even remember when this started anymore. For the first time in many, many years, I was not alone on New Year's. At least not really. Not truly. See, for those who don't know, what usually happens on New Year's, and what has been happening for several years, on New Year's, my mom's in bed, resting, my dad's in the basement with his friends, my sister would be out with her boyfriend, who she married at this point now. She's married now. So, the fact that she's married, that's gonna mean she's gonna be home even less for New Year's. So, yeah. Every member of my family would be off doing their own thing during New Year's, and that just really left me alone. Alone with my dogs. In the living room watching the Times Square countdown. The New York Times Square countdown. And you know, people have made the argument, why don't you celebrate New Year's with your friends? Well, you think my friends don't have their own families to be with during New Year's? Hell, even No Shaman Feeding was invited to like a New Year's party. You know, I don't get invited to parties. I don't really get invited to anything. I barely get invited to Valorant games. So, yeah, for the first time in many, many years, I was not alone during New Year's, like the actual countdown, the moment it hit midnight. Before I mention how that was the case, so obviously at first I thought I was going to be completely alone with my dogs on New Year's, because that's just been the case for several years at this point. Why would I expect anything different? However, this time I was actually thrown 2 curveballs. My family and I, we actually went out for dinner, not to a restaurant, but with family friends. So first I thought, okay, seems like I'm not going to be alone this year. Seems like we're going to go to their place, you know, family, friends' place. The place of our family, friends. And we're going to spend the night there. We're going to have dinner there. We're going to watch the countdown together. So it seems like I'm not going to be alone this year. That was clearly not the case. First of all, we didn't even go to our friend's house. They too were invited to someone else's house that we went to. Other family friends of ours that I actually don't know who they are. My parents knew who they were. I don't know who they were. So I essentially spent New Year's Eve with a bunch of strangers. A bunch of people I didn't know. My parents knew them. I didn't know who they were. I had dinner with completely random people I didn't know. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna watch the New Year's countdown with these random people that I don't know at this random house I'm at. No, turns out we left at like 10 p.m. We ate dinner there, and then we all went home. I should have figured, because the family friends who I at first thought we were going to go to their house for dinner, they still have a baby girl. You know, kids don't stay up until midnight. They don't stay up that late. So I should have figured, like, we probably wouldn't be there all together at midnight. I probably should have figured that. Alright, so, went home. My sister went to her husband's place to, you know, be with his family. So that just left me and my parents. Now, because we went out for dinner, we didn't know what time we would be back, so it wouldn't make sense for my dad to arrange all his friends coming over, right? So my dad didn't have his friends come over. It was just us. It was my parents and I. In fact, I was afraid I was going to miss the countdown again, because my dad, he let the dogs out, and then Toby, he's old, he doesn't poo as clean anymore, so it was a big mess back there. And then he told me, I think you gotta bathe him. I think you gotta give him a butt shower, because it's just that dirty. It's that bad. So, yeah, the last time that happened, I think was like 3 years ago. Exactly this happened. Well, I don't remember if I was giving him a butt bath, or if I was blow drying him because it was raining outside. Regardless, a couple years ago, I was blow drying Toby, and, well, I missed the countdown because of that. So yeah, I was afraid I was gonna miss the countdown because I had to real quick give my dog a butt bath. Clean his butt in the shower. Thankfully, I did it with like 10 minutes remaining before the countdown. And while my mom was in the kitchen preparing the dog's meal for the morning, my dad was sitting in the living room. It seemed like for the first time in many, many years, I wasn't going to be alone on New Year's. You know, both my parents were there, and that's pretty much it. After several years counting down the New Year alone with my dogs, for the first time, my parents were there, and that's it. In fact, there was nothing really special. Nothing special happened at all. Because, in a way, we kind of missed the countdown. You know how TV, they don't always time everything perfectly. So I was actually watching the time on my phone. It's like, it's already midnight. And then like 20 seconds later, they started the countdown on TV. We were actually watching the Hong Kong countdown, because, you know, my family Chinese. But, I guess my parents haven't done it in so long. They haven't watched the countdown in so many years. My dad was watching TVB, and then I asked him, like, don't you need to change the channel? He's like, to what? The countdown. There's a countdown? I'm just like, what? What do you mean, there's a countdown? Question mark. The Hong Kong countdown. Because my parents were there, they usually watch the Hong Kong countdown. When I'm alone, you know, if I'm in the mood, I'll turn on the New York Times Square countdown. But because my parents, well, we watched the Hong Kong one. At least I think it was Hong Kong. There was a big Buddha statue, I think. So yeah, we kind of missed the countdown because TV timing. By the time it was already midnight, well, 20 seconds later, then they started counting down. So yeah, there you go. That's how my New Year's went. At first, I believed, like, truly I was going to be alone. And then we went to some people's house for dinner. I thought we were going to spend midnight there. Nope. We went home before midnight. I was afraid I was going to miss the countdown again, giving my dog a bath. But then, you know, for the first time, I spent New Year's with my parents. I don't even remember how long it's been since, you know, I was actually with another human being during New Year's countdown. It's been so many years. Like, I don't remember when the last time was. I don't remember when this started. And, you know, it also doesn't help the fact that yesterday, and by extension today, just haven't really been good days for me. Yesterday was just like a, you know, yesterday was just that kind of day where I just wasn't feeling a lot of joy, just wasn't feeling really happy. And also the fact that yesterday I literally just physically wasn't feeling that well. Like, the entire day I was feeling dizzy, I was feeling a bit queasy. So like, yeah, yesterday I genuinely just wasn't feeling that well either. So yesterday I wasn't really that happy, wasn't really in a good mood. And then today, well, today was pretty busy at work. Yes, I went to work on New Year's Day. And, you know, today, my sister, well, she didn't go to work. I've said this before. In the past, my sister and I, we would each get one day off in the week. However, ever since my sister, you know, met the love of her life, ever since she hooked up with him and then, you know, married him, she's been taking 2 days off a week. The, you know, one day, which is just her typical day off, but then the other day, Wednesdays, she takes off just because, well, that's his day off from work. So she takes the day off to be with him. I don't really care the fact that, oh no, he's stealing my sister away from me. That's not why I'm upset at that. I'm upset because, well, that leaves more work for me to do. Yeah, that's it. I'm not upset at the fact, like, oh man, this guy's stealing all my sister's attention away from me. No. I'm upset at that because it leaves a lot more work for me to do. And because today was New Year's Day, it was particularly busy, and I just couldn't help but think, wow, must be nice for her. Getting to take the day off, relax, chill, be with the love of her life, you know, have a good time. And then I'm at work when it's busier than usual, when it's like 3 times busier than usual. It's like, wow, must be nice for her. So yeah, it's been a rough 2 days. Hey, first time in many years, first time in maybe like a decade, I would say. Well, maybe not in exactly to a decade yet, but close. A couple years off of a decade. First time in several years, maybe 8 years, I don't know, rough estimate. Maybe less, maybe more, I don't know anymore, I've lost count. First time in so many years. Hey, I was not alone during New Year's. My parents were there. Yay. And I don't exactly have any New Year's resolution, because at this point, I don't care about those. I've given up on those. Because they never follow through, right? I can't be the only one who's never followed through completely, entirely, with the New Year's resolution. obviously I could make the resolution, like, you know, to lose weight. But it's like, yeah, fat chance that's gonna happen. The chances of that are as fat as me. So, yeah, forget New Year's resolution. I have no resolutions this year. I mean, on the bright side, I got to spend potentially one last New Year's with Toby. You know, ever since the scare we had during Christmas Eve. And he's also getting up there in age. Well, you just never know, right? That's why I was also kind of upset. If I were to spend New Year's not at home this year, like not when it hits midnight, well then, the last time I would have spent a New Year's with Toby would have been the year prior. You know, I potentially could have missed my final New Year's with him. Thankfully, that wasn't the case, so at least that's something. But yeah, I don't know why I wasn't feeling that great yesterday. I was dizzy and a little bit nauseous from time to time yesterday. I didn't throw up at all, you know. I still went to dinner, I still ate a lot during dinner. But then periods, it's just like, man, I don't feel that good right now. So, yeah, that's how my New Year's went. It's not the most stellar way to spend New Year's, but I'll admit, it's very first world problems, you know? People out there, they don't even get a chance to celebrate New Year's. I know, I know. You know what's funny? During dinner, whoever the hell the host people were, they brought out an entire cooked leg of lamb. And because, you know, my family friend's wife, she's pregnant right now, they were like, oh, no, Chinese tradition, we cannot carve meat in front of a pregnant woman. Man, I am so sick of these stupid Chinese superstitious crap. I'm so sick of it. And I gotta deal with it pretty soon when it comes to Chinese New Year. You know, for the end, I think, this is what I'm told. I don't know, the rules change every year. I think for the month of January, I'm not allowed to cut my hair. And then I think for the month of February, the month of February, I must cut my hair. Unless I have those reversed, unless I have those backwards. Well, nobody told me to get a haircut yet today, but today's only the 1st. I still think I got it right the first time. I think for the month of January this year, I must not cut my hair. And then for February, I must cut my hair. Ugh. I am so sick of all these Chinese superstitious rules. So much stupid shit. You know, I said I didn't want this to take 10 minutes, but I also don't want this to take, you know, 3 hours. The sooner I'm done this, the sooner I get to go and watch more Squid Game, Season 2. I'm only 4 episodes in right now. At least we get this pretty awesome music to listen to, right? You just gotta love when the Driftvale City part of the music plays. You know, tomorrow I do get my day off from work. I think tomorrow I'm gonna go get some Shelby's legendary shawarma. You know, Shelby's Canada. I'm gonna go get some more of his Shelby's shawarma. Just because right now, until I think Valentine's Day, which means nothing to me, Canada here has no tax on food, toys, whatnot. Just no tax, I think. So we Canadians can thank our Lord and Savior Justin Trudeau for that. Praise him. Love him. Lick his boots. We can thank him for the no tax. You know, what could we possibly be mad at him for, right? He gave us no tax. At least for this short period. So maybe tomorrow I go get some shawarma. Probably get a poutine as well. You know, surprisingly, my family, they like the poutine from them, but not the shawarma wrap. See, my family, particularly my mom, they're kind of weird when it comes to wrapped food, unless it's a burrito with, you know, beef and cheese. My mom in particular, she doesn't like her food wrapped. She doesn't like her rice, vegetables, meat wrapped in a tortilla. She would much rather have her rice, meat, vegetables in a bowl. And I'm just thinking, like, well, why? What's the difference? You eat it wrapped in a tortilla, or, you know, wrapped in sage bread, or you just eat it separately in a bowl. You're still eating the same foods combined. You know, I could easily make a New Year's resolution like, I'm gonna get a girlfriend this year. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's gonna happen. That's really gonna work. You know, I was texting a friend of mine about this kind of topic earlier today. He was like, well, who in our friends, which one of our friends is actually actively looking? You can't name one. And then I texted him, well, you. So that was a lie. The statement you said just now, that was a lie, because you, for one. This is the same friend who recommended From to me, by the way. Who broke up with his girlfriend over a dumbass reason. So I was like, yeah, out of all our friends who's looking for someone, you. But then he's like, okay, aside from me. And then I, you know, listed 3 of our friends, 3 names who, you know, are friends of ours who is currently actively trying to find someone. And then he said, one of our friends has Riz. So he's good. And I'm just like, well, you know what all our friends have that I don't? Height, competency, a waistline less than 30. Yeah, these guys, they'll be fine. Me, on the other hand, yeah, I'm doomed. Oh, you know what? Speaking of doomed, aside from my, you know, at a halt love life that probably will not proceed any way, shape, or form anytime soon, the year 2025 also marks the beginning of me going through my mid-20s. So me in my mid-20s, I really have to think to myself, what have I done with my life? Well, the answer is, I didn't do fucking shit. I didn't do anything with my life, and I'm already in my mid-20s. Wow. Aren't I just a shining beacon on, you know, how to live life to the fullest? So, yeah, New Year's. It came and gone, and now we're into the new year. And wow, what a way to start the new year. There was a Tesla vehicle that exploded outside of a Trump tower. I think I saw, like, just before this, a friend of mine sent the news. Some sort of event happened in Oregon where a couple people died. It's like, wow, what a start to the year. And also, there's this famous post that went around for a couple years. Here, let me see if I can pull it up on my end. So this post was made a couple years ago, but I think by The Sun. Whoops. Yeah, The Sun. Women will be having more sex with robots than men by 2025. Well, the time has come. We may not be there yet when it comes to robotics, but hey, we're close. We are in the year 2025 now. Hey, real life Igases soon. I'm ready. I'm for it. Am I joking? No. No, I am not. I'm not. I'm not. Despawn those deerlings from my screen. Only for them to merge into a Sawsbuck, you know, 5 silver stars style. Here, let me try doing some picnic resets. Actually, how much more time do I have? 2.5 minutes. I want none of those. I said. You know, also a friend of mine earlier today. Well, hold on, let me reply to this text. Okay, so I was replying to the text, which was exactly the topic I was about to mention. So a friend of mine earlier today asked us, yo, any of you guys want to go skiing on, like, I think he said Friday? Today being Wednesday. And I respectfully declined by saying, I am horrendous at skiing, so I'll pass. Well, my friends did say they wanted to find some sort of sports for us all to do in the year. Now, if it was the archery that they suggested, I would have immediately hopped on board. But skiing? No, thank you, sir. I am tremendously bad at skiing, so I will pass. I will not purposely pay to experience that. No, thank you. Well, he then tried to bring up the argument to, I guess, try to win me over and convince me to go. He said, well, this friend of ours, he never tried skiing, and he's going. And I just said, well, I have skied, and I suck. I have tried it before, and I suck. So I'm not going. Welp, sandwich is over. An entire sandwich without a single shiny Slowpoke. It's kind of sad. Alright, let's make another sandwich. I really hope I can get one tonight. If not, then we have to do this again next time, then I'm definitely going to get an outbreak. See, I didn't want to get an outbreak today because I didn't want this to last 10 minutes. I didn't want this to be too quick. And I also don't want this to be too long either, you know? This is not a good place to host a picnic. Yeah, I'm gonna go somewhere else. This is not a good place to do a picnic. I could have gone somewhere closer. Don't worry about it. Well, at least this is a rather chill shiny hunt. Not like the ones we've been doing before hasn't been chill. Except for Zygarde. You know the thing that's keeping me busy these days? I am still going for my second shiny Hisuian Voltorb in this game. I have to be way over odds in terms of eggs right now. I do a couple picnics every single day, and it's been quite a while. Quite a while since I got the first shiny Hisuian Voltorb. So I am super over odds at this point. I'm not exactly keeping count. Though I know I'm over odds. I also know that a bunch of PokeTubers are... Well, they have been doing bingo cards. The shinies that they want to get in the new year. I don't have that exactly. There's not like a bingo cards worth of shinies I want to get. You know, some long, outstanding hunts that I want to do. Not really. I mean, I still have shiny hunts I want to do in Let's Go, but that is very last resort. If I truly cannot think of anything else to do, then I'll hunt in Let's Go. I really don't want to play those games because they suck. The Slowpoke we get doesn't matter if it's good or bad. Good nature, bad nature, good IVs, bad IVs. I only care about shinies. That's all I care about. Do this enough, and eventually one will spawn shiny. Maybe I should just stay here and do picnic resets. Give that a try. Though without an outbreak, other things could spawn in. I want to like get far away from the water so that, you know, the stuff from the water doesn't spawn in. Anything shiny behind me doesn't count because I didn't know them. I didn't see them. The one we are looking for is bright yellow. So yeah, I'm not trying to see pink. Isn't it crazy how the Galarian version has such an outstanding shiny, and yet the original shiny sucks? It's like, oh, let us, you know, make up for that bad shiny by making this one really good. And you know, I do have a soft spot for it. It is one of my only shundos in Pokemon Go. Ugh. So how is everyone doing? Hope everyone had a better New Year's than I did. I mean, all things considered, this New Year's is already a vast improvement upon the other ones. You know, I can't help but think, like, sometimes what people I used to know, how they celebrate. People from, like, you know, high school, how did they celebrate it? Obviously, they don't think about a loser like me. How does someone like me celebrate? The answer to that would be, I don't. Not really. But yeah, it's like, I wonder how, you know, the popular people, they celebrate. I think it's obvious they get together and they, yeah, you know, they're all together celebrating. Not me, though. Nothing special for me. Seems like game's being stubborn, not wanting to give me a shiny. That is indeed a lot of Slowpokes on my screen, none of which want to be yellow. Why? Okay, we still have plenty of time. Felt like way more than 12 minutes has been used. But, you know, we're chilling. We still have a lot of time. Stupid trees in the way. What is that? Did you see that Slowpoke back there? What was that one doing? Alright, so I guess this is a good time for me to break down the final part of this hunt. So we are now moving on to, obviously, we already have been, into part 3, the third phase of this overall Pokemon Legends ZA preparation hunt. The first one were the 9 remaining Pokemon not yet on the Switch. The second being the Generation 6 Legendary Trio. Phase 3, Part 3, is going to be Mega Legendaries. Legendaries that can Mega Evolve. We already know, thanks to the trailer, that Mega Evolutions are returning. And I'm predicting all the Legendaries will be Shiny Locked. So, yeah, that's why I'm hunting these now. And, like I said, I'm going to throw this in because, well, where else am I going to throw it in? So the Legendary hunts, the Legendary Mega hunts, will consist of Mewtwo, Latios, Kyogre, Groudon, and Rayquaza. So 6 to hunt. Come on, why isn't a shiny showing up yet? Yes! Finally, a shiny! Alright, let's take a look at this real quick. Huh. I didn't realize this thing was pure psychic type. I thought it was psychic poison. Oops. Maybe that's why the sandwich wasn't working. I was using a poison sandwich. Whoops. Oh my god, how many people have been screaming at me? I'm using the wrong sandwich. Oops. This thing's pure psychic. I could have sworn it was psychic poison. Oops. Shiny Slowpoke, folks! We got it! We got one! Alright, now that we got the shiny, I guess unboosted by the sandwich anyways. Whoops. We need to evolve it. Why did I fly here? I don't know. Because to evolve it, I'm actually gonna use my brain, and I'm gonna make it easier for myself to evolve it. I'm just drinking water, by the way. So I am going to move this into my shield game. So first of all, let's pull it out. Not that, I'm talking about the Slowpoke. The shiny Galarian Slowpoke, not from the Galar region. We need to go ahead and evolve it. Let me just double check real quick how many I have. I know I have more than enough. Let me just see. Where are... Here they are. I could just use one of these, but I'd rather make another one so I have one in my inventory. Oh my god. The controls of this game are so different at this point. I need to go to the Isle of Armor. And you know what? While we're here, let's get the berries. So I need to make it to that island. Remember when people were complaining about the graphics of this game? Oh my god, I can't... There we go. Wait. Oh, I didn't know this. I didn't know I could get that. Alright, Galarcia Cuff. That is the one to use against... Not against. Use to evolve into Slowbro, right? Yeah! I now have my shiny Galarian Slowbro ready for a potential Mega Galarian Slowbro. Well, I don't think I'll ever use Psych Up compared to these two, so I guess get rid of Psych Up. See, I know this is Psychic Poison, right? I know this here is Psychic Poison. I'm not crazy, right? Or Poison Psychic. I could have sworn Slowpoke itself was Psychic Poison as well. No, I guess it's just pure Psychic. So I was using the wrong sandwich the whole time. Oops. Oh well. Well, let me bring my character back to the max lair. Well, we got the shiny, so that just about does it for tonight. And yeah, if my prediction is wrong and there is no shiny Galarian Mega Slowbro, then it'll just go back into my Violet game. It'll be back in this very position behind Haxorus. There we go. Shiny Galarian Slowbro. Really hoping this thing gets a Mega... Man, it looks tan lined. It looks like it has tan lines. Alright. There you go. Shiny Galarian Slowbro. Fingers crossed. Slowbro. Well, Slowbro already has a Mega Evolution. Fingers crossed. Galarian Slowbro gets a Mega Evolution. If not, then, well, too bad. Unfortunate. So I really hope Game Freak doesn't forget to give this regional form a Mega Evolution. Alright, well, we got the shiny. I'm gonna end for tonight. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time for Mewtwo. Next time, we hunt for Mewtwo. Alright, thanks for watching. See you next time.